I think we just came in real focused. We had a good game plan, and we were all just really locked in on what we needed to do. Trey got us off to a good start, with his energy, and we just kind of fed off of that and kept going.
Yeah, Trey, I don't know, must be something about seeing black and gold because he had 17 the last time, and I think it's probably his best game since then. Just what do you think about the way he's playing against Missouri these two games?
Yeah, it's been big for us. After last game, I remember coach was getting on him about just rebounding more and being more active in the offense. So I think he did a good job of that, and he played well. He was big for us tonight. I think he had a double-double.
And then Scotty asked Eric this the other day or yesterday, I guess it was, how ever since you went scoreless at Ole Miss, you've really been scoring well, especially on the road. Was there something about that game? I'm sure it didn't sit well with you not to score, even though you guys won. Well, what would you say about the role you've been on since that game?
I think it's just been feeling good, and feeling, coming in, knowing my role, and just really being focused on the game plan. It really it is. I think the Ole Miss game, I wasn't too disappointed. We got the win. I just really wasn't making shots, and since then I've just been keeping my confidence. My teammates and coaches keep doing a good job, finding me in the right spots, putting me in the right spots, and just knocking down shots.
Yeah, I might have a couple more. I'll turn it back to Mike. Thanks, Stanley.
Hutch.
Hey, Mike, I think Hutch isn't here. He was at a high school game.
Oh, sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. Scotty, my bad.
Yeah, Stan, just what was the plan with Kobe Browns? I think anytime that he scored more than 10 points in the SEC, Missouri's won. Anytime they've lost, he's been, I think, at 9 or fewer. Tonight, I think he finished with 6. What did you guys do to really limit him and take him out of the game?
Well, first, Coach Smart, he did a good job of letting us know that stat. Let him know that whenever he plays well, the team usually plays well and they get a win. So we were really locked in on just shrinking the floor when he catches the ball, and just it takes a whole team to guard a good player like that. So we were all locked in whenever he got it.
I know you've been on a kind of a tear from 3, especially on the road. But what is it about that left wing that you like so much? It seems like it's a pretty big knockdown shot for you.
Yeah, it's a sweet spot for me. My team did a good job of finding me there. I let them know that in the left wing, I'm feeling good right now, feeling hot from the left wing, and just knocking them down. Getting a lot of reps in, working hard in practice, and just carrying it over to the game.
You guys take care of business on the road again. Set yourself up for a pretty big game against a ranked team on Saturday. What's the kind of the excitement level as of right now for that?
Yeah, we're super excited. It's a big win for us, and playing on the road is hard to get a road win. So we're happy with this one, but we got to lock in and have some good practices. Get ready for Tennessee.
Curtis.
Hey, Stanley, you guys were under 35% shooting in the 2 games last week, but just seemed a lot more crisp on the offensive end tonight. 11 threes, almost 50% from the field. What was the difference on the offensive end?
I think we were playing with real good pace today. We were moving it and looking at second, third options in our offense. And I think whenever we went on that little scoring drought, whenever they went on a run, I think we kind of got away from that. But and we were taking care of the ball for the most part. I don't know how much turnovers we ended up with, but felt like we just had a real good pace to our offense today.
And then I guess to kind of build off that, you did have 5 guys in double figures. Could you just talk about the balance a little bit? And when you guys have everyone kind of involved in the game offensively, how difficult are you to beat?
I think we're real tough to beat, when we're clicking like that. We got a lot of talent, and, when we're trusting each other, believing each other, and we're moving the ball like that, offensively, we're going to be hard to beat, especially if we're playing defense at a high level.
Bob.
Stanley, I know you beat these guys by 44 at your place, but Missouri's been pretty tough at home. They beat Alabama, beat Ole Miss, lost to Auburn and Florida by 1. Kentucky's really the only other SEC team that's blowing them out like this. Why do you think you guys play so well against Missouri? I know they're not a great team, but you guys have handled them better than anybody, it looks like.
Yeah, I think it's just coming in with that respect, respecting the game. They got a lot of good players, and they could beat anyone on any given night. So we're coming in, with the same mindset as if we were playing Auburn. So I think that's just the main thing for that.
And then I know it was a real tough loss on Saturday. Bouncing back from that, just what do you think was the key to that? You guys coming out and playing so effectively, and you've had to play 2 road games in 4 days. That's not easy to do, I wouldn't think.
No, it's not easy. Road games are hard, but we knew we had to bounce back. We knew how important this game was for us, and we didn't panic after that loss. We could have won, but we just put it under flushed it down the toilet and just kept our focus and just moved on.
And you were about as hot as you were at Georgia, not quite as many points, but were you just feeling it or getting it in good spots? What was the key to 6 of 9 on threes tonight, 8 of 13 overall?
Just like I said, getting reps up and, my teammates finding me in the right spots. All my threes, I'm pretty sure came off an assist. So, credit to them for finding me.
All right, welcome in Trey Wade for a couple questions. Bob, start us off, please.
All right. Thanks for getting another guy, Mike. Trey, is there something about Missouri that, I don't know, adds fuel to your fire? Because you had 17 points against them last time. I'd say this is your best game since then.
Yeah. Nah, it's just, trying to figure it out. Whenever I get in the drought, it's just a matter of me trying to figure it out. And today I got it done. So, hopefully I can keep that going.
And I know Eric, in his post-game remarks the other day was talking like, man, Trey didn't have a rebound. I know you're a good rebounder, but you really hit the boards tonight. I know you didn't play a ton of minutes last game. What happened on the boards at Alabama, and what was the difference tonight for you?
Just pursuing the ball, man. I kind of get in the habit of just boxing out, and that it kind of in a way kind of makes you lazy on the boards. And so I just tried to change my mindset. Coach challenged me, and enough was enough. I had to take the challenge.
Okay, I might have another, but I'll turn it over to Mike. Thanks.
Curtis.
Hey, Trey, 23 points and 6 3-pointers from Stanley tonight. He's been red hot, especially on the road. What do you think about his performance tonight, and then just overall the impact he's making in this run?
That's Stanley. Stanley is a scorer. We rely on him, and if he could just keep that going, man, it's a great help to our team, and it helps us win. So, I look forward to him doing that every game. So, it's nothing new with me. So.
And then, Kobe Brown's been a big part of what Missouri's had going on, and you guys have had a lot of success on him in both games. I know you took part in that. What was the game plan against him and limiting him for a second time?
Just crowd him, make him score in tight spots, and make it hard for him to score, and just put pressure on the ball, man. We wanted to keep the ball out of his hands as much as possible. So,
Scotty.
Yeah, Trey, I'm sure you're aware of this, but I think coming into tonight, last 5 games, you had like 11 points, go for 12 tonight and a double-double. Just what do you think got you going offensively? Was it just those couple of buckets early?
Really the defensive end. We got some stops. When you get stops on defense, it gives you confidence. And, just trying to play my game. I was a little aggressive tonight, I feel like, starting out. And, that's what the coaches want me to do, to take them open shots, open looks, and, kind of take some pressure off the guys and get in the rhythm.
And Jalen goes for another double-double tonight, and he's hardly mentioned it. I feel like it's just kind of just another night for him. Well, what do you think of him?
At one point, I thought he was stealing all the rebounds. I thought I was never gonna get some, but that's him. We rely on him to do that, and he's done it. So we expect him to do it, and he always gets the job done. So kudos to him.
Bob, final question.
Trey, you guys, I know you didn't beat them by 44, but Kentucky's really the only other team that's come in here and handled Missouri like you guys did tonight. What do you think the way you guys bounced back from that Alabama game and beat them, pretty decisively?
That's what great teams are about, man. We had to bounce back. We took a loss, we bounced back, we got a W, and we just want to keep it rolling. There's nothing more to it.
And then 5 guys with 11 or more, what'd you think of the balance tonight, scoring balance?
It was great. When all 5 guys and plus can score the ball, it makes it hard to guard. And, we just played an overall great game today.
Tough loss at Alabama, and then you're right back on the road a couple days later. How important was it for the guys to respond and bounce back the way they did to just kind of recapture the momentum they had during that streak?
Yeah, obviously, we played so well during the streak. I think it's 9 out of 11 games now where we've held our opponent under 40% from the field. Just the maturity level, to have an emotional game like we did against Auburn, have a game on the road in a tough environment, on a Saturday in Alabama, game that we could have won where we had the ball to close the game and just didn't win the game. Tough 1-point loss against, a really good team. And we just continued to talk about we couldn't have a hangover loss and had to put it aside. And we fought and scrapped and put ourselves in a position to beat Alabama, but we were unable to, and we couldn't let that linger into this game. I thought our, pregame approach in the locker room, they were fired up to play. They respected Missouri a great deal. And I think that's why we came out and played so well. The lead on the road for 38 minutes, really, really hard to do on the road.
And then, you know, the first game against Missouri was really Trey Wade's kind of breakout performance. And I know he had a couple maybe down games here recently, but gave you a double-double tonight. What did you see from him?
He was phenomenal. I mean, we've been joking with him and told him to enter the box score a little bit. And, you know, we play him, even though, you know, he might have a lot of zeros, but it's because he does all the intangible things. And he's a really big key to this winning streak, a huge key. And, you know, he did enter the box score. I meant rebound to get in the box score. He came out aggressive. I think he took our first 4 shots tonight. Couple of them design plays, but a couple he was trying to enter the box score.
Scotty.
Yeah, Coach Stan came in, talked to us and said that Coach Smart did a good job of letting the guys know that, you know, when Kobe Brown has success, that Mizzou typically does too, or that's kind of the way it's gone in league play. What did you think of the way that you guys defended him? Kind of made him a real non-factor.
Yeah, I mean, I just think, you know, our philosophy's always been, you know, to try to take the star players out. And we talked about, you know, having an extra defender that we call a spy on him. And then we talked about bluff stunting. And, you know, I thought that all of our guys, you know, did a good job of covering the boxes and elbows every time that Kobe Brown had the ball. And you know, to hold him to 3 of 10, phenomenal. You know, he only got 1 offensive rebound. And we know the numbers. I mean, we talked over and over to our team about the numbers of what their record was when he scored 10 or more, and when he's held under that number. So it was important for us to focus on him as much as anybody. Pickett really hurt us in the first half. And so what we did at halftime is we completely made that adjustment and switched and had the spy on Pickett. And I thought our guys were able to adjust on the fly very, very quickly. To go from Brown to Pickett, you know, in that second half.
You know, I asked you yesterday about Stan shooting the ball so well on the road, playing well away from home. He did it again tonight. It seems like he's giving you guys such a big lift from deep and pretty red hot on that left wing. It seems like a pretty good sweet spot for him.
Yeah, I mean, to go 6 of 9 on the road, 8 of 13 from the field. I obviously couldn't buy a free throw tonight. But we went to him the last 4.5 minutes of the game with our fist out 13. It's a wing pick and roll, 1 handling, 3 setting. If they switched it, he rolled into the post and elevated with his turnaround jump shot. If they didn't switch that thing, we were able to put him in the short corner and let him ISO a little bit. But he's a really tough cover because he's, you know, he can shoot the ball and he can also, you know, score inside. And then you add the fact that he's really stroking the ball from a high percentage from 3. He opens up dribble drive angles for other players.
I guess just overall thoughts on Jalen. He was kind of flirting maybe with the triple double. Maybe at halftime, you maybe possibly see that happening, but just come another day at the office for him with a double double.
Yeah, phenomenal job. Both he and Trey Wade, both of them having double doubles. And you know, Jay Will, again, we played through him a lot. We went to him a little bit more early in the game in the post than we have of late. Thought he did a great job of finding cutters with his 4 assists. Again, phenomenal. 13 and 11s, you know, out of that center spot's really good. And I thought he did a really good job guarding Brazil as well and not giving up a 3 to Brazil and contesting all 3 of his shots from 3.
Bob.
Eric, I'm not smart enough to know all this, but was Trey primarily the guy you'd give credit for slowing down Kobe Brown, or were there or who would you credit primarily for that?
Yeah, Wade was on him most of the game. Stan was on him a little bit. Jay Will was on him when they went small. So, you know, when they took Brazil out of the game, which was probably for about 14 minutes, Brown was then the center. And so Jay Will was assigned to him. Kamani guarded him for 3 or 4 minutes. So I think it was a collective group, but for the most part, it was Trey Wade.
And then Hog's stats, you know, he knows everything. He tweeted out at halftime, the 19-point lead was the largest Arkansas has ever had in an SEC road game. The largest previously was last year in South Carolina, 17. I don't think I remembered that or knew that. But, well, what'd you think about it? The biggest lead ever Arkansas has had in a SEC road game? I mean, what does that say about how well you guys played in that half?
No, I mean, the Razorbacks have had so many, great coaching staffs and so many great talented players. To hear something like that, know the history of the program I mean, it's hard to go on the road. The most impressive thing to me is not, necessarily that we won or the margin. I think when you look at the totality of the winning streak, playing the #1 team in the country, going to Alabama, playing extremely well where you could have won the game, you lose a heartbreaking game. Because I haven't slept much since that Alabama game at all, to be honest with you. I've been in a really crappy mood and didn't want to pet my dog and didn't want to talk to anybody. And the guys put it, behind them. And I'm really impressed with the mental makeup of the group right now.
And then, you beat them by 44, and you said the guys were fired up. I guess, what does that say about the mindset? Not taking them lightly, not, taking them for granted, even though you blew their doors off the last time.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about other teams that have won big in certain games and then come back and lost the second game. We've used us as an example of how we, got hammered at LSU and hammered at, Bama, and then, the next game when we played at home, the tide changed really quickly. And so I think those two examples and continuing to talk about and educate, just like, hey, this last game, take all those themes, wipe them away. They absolutely mean nothing. Hold on, I'm leaking. Mike, can you take this off? I'm gonna be freaking soaked the whole flight. God dang. We gotta do something about our trainers wrapping taping. Sorry about that.
That's okay. I said one more. 5 guys with 11 or more between, I guess, 23 and 11 tonight. What about your balance? How big was that?
I thought it was really good, Bob. I mean, we had 107 passes in the first half, which is a really good number. I thought we had a good assist number to our field goals made early in the game. And at times we got a little bit selfish, but and took maybe some ill-advised quick shots. But other than about a 4.5-minute stretch, I thought we played really, really good basketball.
Okay, thanks. I heard you got Shakespeare's tonight, so that'll be good for the ride home.
I hear it's awesome. Best place in Columbia, right?
It's pretty good.